Hello everyone and welcome back to the chassis variant series of myself, Critical Rocket, and here we are with another chassis series video focusing this time on the Innisphere and one of the best mechs of the Innisphere in my opinion, the Bushwacker. This classic design of the 3058 technical readout, one of the best pieces of artwork I've ever seen on a cover of one of the Battletech books, is an Innisphere favourite for many reasons. It's effective at all ranges, it's at a great sweet spot in the weight range at 55 ton, it looks amazing, its weapon setup is very flexible, very effective in numerous roles. It's just done the business. It was made more popular by people who saw the cartoon, obviously, where it was piloted by Velton Ryder later on. His hero mech is even in MechWarrior Online. It's called the High Roller, although I don't think the build for that was ever officially printed, even in the source book they did for the cartoon series. Sadly, they never made any of the stats official there. So we don't actually know what his build was, although I think PGI did a pretty good approximation of what it probably was. So that aside, this is the L1 variant. Now, hands up first, I had to make a little bit of a bending of a rule here. The L1 has two weapon systems, an ER large in the CT and an LB20. Now the problem is, later on, well, not later on, but originally in the rules, you had critical splitting, where a weapon could have half of its critical slots in the side torso and the other half in the arm. You can't do that in MechWarrior Online, unfortunately. The first mech that I remember having this critical split rule was the King Crab. Its AC-20s actually split into the side torsos and the arms, which made it a little more dangerous if either of those got critted. But the Bushwacker, this variant, is supposed to have a right arm mounted LB-20. You can't fit one in the right arm of a Bushwacker, but I wanted to do a Bushwacker video because I really like the mech, and I think it would be a shame if it got left out of the sort of extras of the chassis series. So this is actually right torso mounted. Now the other change is it's supposed to have a light fusion engine, but with an LB20 takes up so much space, it's just got a standard. I skilled it up with the max speed tweaking this up, so I'm moving at the pace of a fast heavy at this point, 70 odd kph. I've got about 4 ton of ammunition for the LB20, so it gives me roughly 32 shots I think at most. Although I have got the skills, so I bumped that up a little bit more. That side, it is a phenomenal mech. It's a really, really fun variant. It's a pity that they don't have the critical splitting because damn, this thing is fun. The cycle time is quite long, even with the skills that increase the reload or recharge time. It still means you're going to be firing intermittently, but when you do, it's a lot of damage. It doesn't overheat either. It can't. It just can't possibly overheat unless all of your heat sinks got crit, destroyed before the mech itself got blown up. Even then I think the mech would still struggle to overheat, but the damage potential is incredible. This is just, the reason I kept this round is just for the number of kills I got. It's fun. A real shame it was left out. From what I can tell, this variant was popped up in one of the unabridged record sheets. Now I've been told by Tigger, who wrote a bunch of stuff for Battletech back in the day. He created a few of the mechs, as I've mentioned in the past. He said that the unabridged record sheets are kind of like fan-made ones that ended up becoming canon later on. So once they became sort of canonized was when they were added to the unabridged record sheets things. So I think this is one of those that came in because I think it's record sheets. The record sheets Innisphere and Clan 3058, I think it's in. And you can find the loadout for it there, and that's where you can see that there's the split criticals. Boom, bye bye piranha. So yeah, it's pretty damn fun. I really wish PGI would add in the ability to split your critical spaces like that, because I think it would help with builds as well, because I think more people could get them, and they could do more official builds. I want my Night Star that's supposed to have a LB20 in the right arm, but you can't do it, for instance, which kind of sucks. There's a few other builds as well. I remember there's a couple other mechs that I think I've looked at where it's because of the splitting, it makes it very difficult to fit weapons in certain locations. The clans don't have that issue because they have the ability to sort of remove hand actuators and arm actuators and stuff like that, so you can make more slots available. But the Innisphere obviously don't have that level of technology, so they don't have that ability. The best they can do is literally squeeze a bit of the function of the weapon system into this part and the rest of it into the arm. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, that side, damn. The only thing this is missing is the ability to switch from having cluster ammunition to solid shot ammunition, because that would be so much fun with LBs. I really wish PGI had actually done that. I do remember when it was first asked, are we going to have it, and Russ said yes, and then about 2 or 3 months later he said, no, we can't do it, we're never going to do it. It's a real downer. I think that would have helped out the clans as well, being able to switch their 8 ultras and stuff like that, having the different ammo type switching, and that would have been pretty fun. But, oh well, that was me popped. So there's going to be an edit in this video as well, because there was some asshat who decided to just face his mech toward a wall and then disconnect, which you can see him there briefly before I switch back to the other guy. The other poor bastard is being chased down. But yeah, it was a fun match. For me, I did pretty good damage. I got 4 kills, and yeah, damn, it was fun. If you haven't tried it, it's really simple. Probably a bit expensive to buy the weapon, you know, won't lie. But LB20 Bushwacker with an ER large, oof, it's a lot of fun, gotta say. And you can build this on, well, pretty much any of the Bushwackers really. It's not that much of a stretch. But yeah, that was that one. So that was the Bushwacker. Only one this week, because there's not many variants of the old Bushwacker knocking about. So yeah, that was that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.